Google still owns search, but ChatGPT owns answers, right? So what do I mean by that? Right now, Google, for my generation, the millennial generation, Google was where we went to get the answer to everything. And our teachers in school would be like, don't Google that. Make sure you research it and blah, 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 blah. And nowadays, all the students are using ChatGPT and we're saying, just Google it. Why are you ChatGPT and stop it? Right? It's always something like that. Right? But even though Google still owns search, when you use ChatGPT, it's at a whole nother level than what we have with Google, because Google, it searches through the web, finds you things that might give you the right answer, might not. You don't know, which is what our teacher used to always say. He'd say that you don't know if Google's really going to give you the right answer. But on the other hand, with ChatGPT, you can, for the most part, maybe people say this in 2023, you're just going to hallucinate and just say whatever and blah, blah, blah. But now, with all the knowledge that it has at its fingertips now, it tends to more likely than not give you the right answer. It's about as good as cheating off the smart kid in class. You know, like back in the day, you all sitting there, you all doing the test, and you see the smart kid that always gets an A, you kind of look over and try to see his test. ChatGPT is about as good as that. Like, you don't know that guy that always gets an A, that gets 23 out of 25 questions right all the time. You don't know if the one you copy is one of the two he got wrong, but, you have a really good chance that if you look over there, you probably get the right answer. And that's the same thing with ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT, you're pretty good guess that the answer is probably right, and you can always cross-reference it. And now ChatGPT actually gives you, if you have a pro account, it actually gives you not annotations, what's it called? Citations of where it got the answer from. So you can always go look up exactly where the answer came from that it got. Because it's not just grabbing information from the LLM. It's also searching the web and doing all these other things that it's able to do now as well. So with that being the case, ChatGPT is where people go for answers. Now, I feel like this wouldn't be complete unless I mentioned TikTok, because a lot of people, they do all their searching on TikTok.